Guys, do you remember what we were like before we learned about engaged learning?
Oh. Seriously, that class changed my life.
Oh, just remembered.
Before this leadership class, I was a boring, law-abiding citizen. I didn't get too involved or engaged in the community, or well, anything. Engaged learning, I never even heard of it. I thought it was some scam to get kids to go to college. Now, after taking this leadership class, I know now that engaged learning is a way to actively involve students with the things they learn. By taking this class, I've developed a vision of how my learning could be and how I can better get involved in the community. Probably the most important takeaway I got from this course was when we had the engagement panel. They really opened my eyes to see how important being engaged really is and how it applies in real life. I plan to use these concepts of engaged learning in my life by actively finding ways to be involved in my work, school, and community. I feel that now I have a basic understanding of how the things I do in my life could be and how I can apply engaged learning in my life.
Before Sherry's class, I was just a simple cowboy that didn't care for nothing other than my truck, my horse, and my herd of Prestine bovine. I thought engaged learning was where we would just maybe go to class and answer a few questions during it. Instead, I've come to realize that engaged learning is much more than this. It's where you try to take the material that you were learning and actually apply it into your life and into your educational goals and into your future career and into your community. One of the biggest takeaways I had from this class is that you can be engaged in all aspects of your life and whatever you're trying to learn or do. And as you do this, you actually can change your life and influence all those around you. Your schoolwork can go from simply just taking classes to get a degree to actually getting an education, and you can become an engaged person in the community and influence all those around you. I plan on doing this, and I plan on becoming engaged in everything that I try to do, because I know that as I put forth my full efforts, that I can truly be successful with all my endeavors in gaining my education, helping out in my community, and my future career as a rancher.
Before taking this leadership class, I was a marriage-hungry freshman. I used to think that engaged learning meant that we as students had to be engaged in class, and that is how I would learn more and pick up husband material guys. Now I understand that engaged learning has to do with the teacher as well as the students. While the students still have to be engaged and willing to work and learn, it is also important for teachers to teach in a way that allows the students to use what they learn in class in their lives and in the real world. The main thing that I took away from this class was that knowing yourself is the first step to becoming a good leader. By thinking about the way I think, making goals for myself, and taking self-discovery tests, I have discovered things about myself that will help me on my mission and the rest of my education, in my career, and in my community. I am now able to be an engaged learner in all of my classes and will be able to be an engaged employee once I start my career. Most importantly, I have learned how to serve my community by being an engaged missionary and striving to be better every day.
Before Sherry's class, I didn't know how to handle other human interactions. I thought engaged learning was simply learning and participating in class, like raising our hands and so on. But now I see that engaged learning envelops a whole lot more than just inside the classroom. It means taking what you have learned in class and taking that out into the community and other aspects of my life, really applying and engaging what I have learned inside the classroom. The most important takeaway from this class is the simple yet significant fact to actually be engaged in all aspects of my life, and not just school, whether that be friends, family, extracurriculars, community, work, and so on. I will apply what I have learned in this class by putting into practice the techniques and skills we have learned, such as teamwork, growth mindset, and so on.
Leadership class, I was a dumb blonde who didn't even know what engaged meant. I just thought we learned about learning in class, like being involved and like raising your hand and answering questions. I thought that engaged learning was just like being involved with other people in the class, and it was pretty much that was it. Awkward. But now I look at engaged learning completely different. Engaged learning means to take what we learn in the classroom and apply those lessons to my education, to my future career, and to help my community. It's not just learning, it's applying what I learn and making myself better from it. The most important lesson I learned from this leadership class is that engagement is different than involvement. You can be involved without being engaged. You can go through the motions and learn important lessons, or you can actually learn them and make changes in your life to become better. That is what the main thing of engagement means. I plan on utilizing the skills and lessons learned from this class to not only be engaged in my education and learning, but in my career, and also to be a contributing member in my community. Engaged citizens and students are the ones who make the biggest differences in the lives of others, and that is what I want to do. that is who I want to be.
Oh my gosh, like, because of this class, I realized that boys are not everything.
Yeah,
That's important.
that's true.
Sorry.
That class got me out of juvie.
Oh,
that's-
look at you now.
Success.
I learned a plethora of intelligent words.
Oh, that's
I don't even know what that means.
This class taught me how to talk to humans like you guys.
I love you.
Yeah. Because of this class, the hick life chose me, but I didn't choose the hick life.
Ah!